industrial power grid data. So, whoops. This right here is actually a data storage. Yeah, and we can connect it even to solar panels to have all the data storage connected. But today we're not going to focus on that. So today's agenda is I'll give a basic introduction to FSP, our products, power supply, UPS, and chassis. That's our main focus in the retail section. We also have other items like small accessories and whatnot, power chargers. So I won't emphasize a lot on FSP because when I was in Sofia, I actually visited a few shops and everyone knows Fortron, so that's good. So, okay, basic rundown is FSP, we started in 1993, and we are top 10 in the switching power supplies. Over 7,000 employees worldwide. And last year's revenue was 462 million globally. And like I said, we have many products in all sections of the power industry, but today I'll just focus on retail. It only takes up 13% of our whole company. Okay, so this is the 2019 power supply lineup we have. As you can see, there's a ton. So from the very top here, platinum grade efficiency power supply, to the very beginning assembly entry level bronze and white power supply. And today we'll just focus on the Hyper and the Hyper Pro and Hydros because from data it shows that this is the most profitable and everybody's using it for not only retail but also assembly lines. And also, as you can see, the blue letters here, it actually means that all of our power supplies are on schedule to switch over to the new regulation, the EN regulation, the EN 62368. I'll talk about a little bit of that later. So what is the EN 62368 standard? So meeting the standard means that the power supply will prevent voltage leaks, will prevent high-low voltage fluctuations, prevent spark fires because the power supply hole is less than 3 millimeters. And it will also meet more intense fire regulations. So it basically means when you use our power supply, not only for retail sales or even assemblies, you don't have to worry about starting a house fire. The EU standard will launch in 2020 January. So we have a lot of time, but we are the only manufacturer on the market right now to have more than 70% of all of our products meeting this efficiency. Okay, quiz number 1. So can anyone tell me when is the regulation coming into play? Hands up, please. Who wants to win a prize? Your answer, please. Cool. Okay. Correct. Brian, can you throw a gift over to him? It's not hard. It's easy. And question number 2, who wants to answer that? Okay, everyone gets a present. Oh, Brian, I see a hand up over there. Okay, great. There's more prizes outside. Don't worry. You're okay. So I like to focus on a few color boxless assemblies, especially the Hydro, Hyper, and the Hydro 500. These are excellent for assemblies because, or gaming assemblies actually, is because they are black coated and black sleeved. So it would fit in any gaming assembly system quite well. So you can still have glass panel or plastic panel for your system and still use this, and it'll still look very clean and nice. We also have the Raider 2, which is the silver efficiency power supply for assembly as well. If you have those customers who are really into maintaining their systems. So this is the Hyper, Hydro, and the Raider. And then as you can see, I put a dollar sign here to show its price category. So for the Hydro, although it's officially labeled 80 plus bronze by their organization, this power supply actually goes up to 88% efficiency. This reason is because of the 120 to 240 volt conversion, but actually this power supply can satisfy silver efficiency. So I have a little video for you. Oh, it's not this way. It's not showing. And yes, as you can see, we're the only manufacturer to have incorporating water cooling into our power supply. What does this mean? It means that for 1200 watts, we can run up to 1400 watts without the power supply overloading and such. Meaning for the price of the power supply, you can have 200 more watts of power for your system, gaming system. And because of the water cooling, the power supply will not run its fan below 50% loading, giving you a very cool and quiet system build. Okay. So the next topic is the UPS. So the importance of UPS is that if you don't have a UPS to protect any sort of equipment you have, unstable power means equals to financial losses. On average, you would lose about $500 per month without any sort of power protection. Larger firms will lose more. So if you have customers like data centers or system builders that have large operations, you can definitely recommend them to have some sort of UPS online or offline protection. So having a quality UPS is quality insurance, meaning great return on investments. Quiz number 2. What does unstable power mean? Quickest hand up. Quickest hand up. That's close, that's close. You have financial loss, basically, yeah. Brian, can you give the gentleman the prize he deserves? That gentleman over there.
I wasn't sure.
Close. I'll take that as an answer.
Thank you.
Anyone want to answer number 2?
Return of investment.
Return on, oh, who was the fastest? He was, okay.
Was close, was close.
Prefer that one.
Yeah.
That's 5 or 5.
I'm making Brian running all around. He needs this exercise.
I know the roads.
But I want you guys to know that although this presentation is kind of pretty lighthearted, but UPS is actually very important for small businesses or even especially larger firms too, because if they do not have a UPS for backup systems, not only would they lose on the electricity bill, but they might also lose their important data information. So hackers might hack in because of their power loss. So that's something to also think about and consider for UPS. So this is our UPS product line, and today I'll only focus on the online and the offline. So for the online, it's our Champ line, and the offline is our Nano and Nano Fit. More videos. That's wrong.
It's okay, it's okay. Play it another time.
Okay, yeah, I'll play the Nano Fit now. Yep, and then sorry for the technical difficulty, but got it. So I'd like to introduce the NanoFit. This is more of a smaller, compact, offline UPS. It covers all the essential protections for any type of power disturbances. And most importantly, it's budget friendly. So MSRP is around 55 to 60 euros. It means that, and it can protect, your basic laptop, your tablet, your cell phone, and even smaller computers. So this is definitely a product that you can recommend to any customers that have any sort of power problems and they need some sort of small compact solution in their own home or house. And then the next UPS product I like to focus on is the Champ series. The Champ series is an online UPS. It's more focused towards larger companies, medium, larger businesses to protect their power surges and the data protection. It's also compatible with SNMP control cards, so you can monitor all sorts of data flows in and out, and it'll even let you know when some spikes are coming and going, and you can monitor through a Excel form and such. The cool thing about the Champ is that in most of the markets that have the Champ series, the Champ gives very good dealer margins. So that means you'll get really good return on investments, essentially, even for the end users as well. And we also have chassis, gaming chassis. This is our current lineup for our ATX chassis. The entry level starts with the CMT 110 and the 120. We have different variations of the CMT 110, with one side having a plastic panel, temporary panel. A lot of my customers actually order the CMT 110, and we also offer customizations, so if they want specialized logos and such, the manufacturing side of things, we can definitely do that. And they would use it for even gaming or office assemblies as well. So it's all doable. And of course our CMT 510 and the 520, which is the showcase of our FSP chassis. The CMT 510 is controlled by onboard RS sync control blocks, and now you can connect it to all the fans to have to control the RGB lighting from the outside. And CMT 510 is also 3-side tempered glass. That means all 3 sides is transparent and very elegant. So here are some specs for the CMT 510. ATX mid-tower, black coating, 3-side glass panel. Okay, so the next one up is the CMT 240. We have the black and white version. It's a ATX chassis. Dual radiator possibility on the top and in the front, and a very cool and sleek blue LED light bar at the bottom. So it comes in black and white version depending on what kind of build your customer wants. So this is our chassis, CPU cooler, and fan lineup. I don't want to get into the details, but just want to show you that we have a lot of things in planning and a lot of things in production. The most exciting thing is in the near future, we're going to have a mid-tower and 2 small form factor chassis coming out. So here are some product photos for you to see. The CMT 340, you can think of it as a smaller version of the CMT 510, because I've been told that some customers don't want the regular size ATX form factor. It's too big for their gaming sleek design or whatever they want to put in their house or apartment. So we came up with the smaller CMT 330 variation. It's still an ATX, but just smaller in size. So like I said earlier, we also have the CPU cooler. We call it the Wendell series. We have the 3, 4, and 6 pipe design, and that it both fits Intel and AMD CPUs. There's also the black coating for if a customer wants to match everything in internally black. And our case fan that comes with FDB series, 12 centimeters and 14 centimeters. So the FDB is actually one of the best technologies you can use for your fan, because it has ball bearings inside and fluid liquid that can increase the longevity of the spin, of the fan spin, and also quietness too. And then there is an extra LED option if the customer wants to have more RGB in their system. Another exciting thing that FSP is launching is the Type-C adapter. Because almost everything these days now are switching over to the Type-C from the micro USB. So FSP has been on board with this technology to switch over from traditional micro USB to the Type-C. And I guess everybody loves Type-C is because no matter which side you plug it in, it always works. And the great thing about our FSP Type-C power adapter is that it is very, very small. You can carry it everywhere. And it also comes with a ground protector. And you might be wondering, okay, if it can power everything, then how does it control voltage? Well, it does. It controls it automatically, so you don't have to worry. Okay, so that concludes my presentation. But we have a global website, FSPlifestyle.com, where we have all of our latest information on our website. This is the QR code. If you want to scan it or like our Facebook page, please go ahead. Thank you. What's your question, Brian?
Can I have the microphone?
Yes, you can.
Can I buy all these products that you mentioned in most computers?
Of course, definitely.
Can I get some discounts?
You have to ask Brian.
Okay. Okay, here is Brian. Go to not MSI. Go to FSP booth and you see 2 Asian people and leave your email, then you can get some special discount if you buy from most computers. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.